welcome to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we are introducing our new set, Year 2. It is such a fun little mini set, and it is in celebration of our second birthday. Now, we had a Year 1, and we had a Year 3. We sort of forgot Year 2. So when one of our customers gave us the idea that we should do a belated birthday and have a Year 2 come out, we thought, oh my goodness, we have to do that. So that's why it's got a belated theme. So let's go ahead and stamp it out and make a fun project with it. I just love the adorable turtle in this set. He is seriously cute. This set has some fun little icons in it that are perfect for decorating the turtle. You can see here how cute he looks with a birthday hat on and how cute the present on his back is. I just love that. Now what's really fun in this set is all of these phrases are separate and they're really easy to line up. So you can do a long phrase, take the belated out of it. There's a lot you can do. So let's try them out a bunch of different ways. So I've already got my happy on the block, and just like our alphabet sets, these line up perfectly next to each other. So I'm just going to butt this up against there and then lay it down just like that. Then I'll take the birthday and do the same thing. So you can see here how cute that looks stamped out. So you can also stamp the happy birthday right next to each other too, which I love that look. Another fun way to use this sentiment, which I think is going to quickly become my favorite birthday sentiment, is to stack them. So you can just line the happy right on top of the birthday, and you'll see that we're going to have a perfectly stacked sentiment. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take my birthday here, just put it low on the block so I have plenty of space. I'll line the belated right up top, and then the happy right above that. Now what I'm going to do is take the belated out. I'm going to stamp the happy and birthday, just like that. And now we can take the belated and stamp it in a different color, which I think is a really cool look. So I really like that, and because I used the belated as a placeholder between the happy and birthday, you get that perfect stacked look. You could also do it this way too, where you could have this one be a different color, which I think is just a really neat look. Last but not least, we have a separate exclamation point like we love to do, and so you can add it to your sentiments or not, just like that. I think it's a really cute look there. So I'm just going to stamp out these fun elements from the set and then do some fun and quick Copic coloring. I'm just creating a quick pattern paper with some tone-on-tone ink and the present and hat stamp. Okay, so we are going to create an open window on this card with kind of like a clear thing over it. So I want the opening to be the third largest size of the circle stackables, but I want to make sure that the transparency acetate I'm going to use covers it. So we're going to cut that with the next biggest one. So I'm going to use some washi tape, but any low tack tape, painter's tape would work. I'm going to take some of the stick off just by sticking it to my fingers like this. I really don't want it to rip my paper. I would be sad if it did. Okay. So I want to place this exactly in the center, and I like using my grid mat to help me out because I am centering deficient. Okay, so we have that die placed. Then here I have just like an acetate transparency thing from the office supply store. You could also use like a piece of packaging. If you save something you buy that might have a piece of plastic like this, you could use that too. Okay, so here I'm going to be careful to take the washi tape. I'm just going to hold it in place just so it doesn't move around in my die cut machine. And I'm just going to put the tape on the outside like that because I don't want it to get any kind of sticky parts in the center. Okay, so I only want it to cut the front of my card. So I'm going to open the card up and stick it through just like this. And you can run this piece of transparency plastic just like normal paper right through the machine. So now that our hole and our piece of transparency are cut, I want to create some grass for the turtle to hang out on. So what I'm going to do is take these 2 pieces of green cardstock and use some washi tape to line them up perfectly. Then I'm going to use the same size circle die as the opening in the card, and I'm going to partially die cut to create a cute little semicircle grass. So now we have 2 pieces of grass that line up perfectly. So I'm going to stamp out this banner from Blue Skies. There, perfect. Here is the die for the set. I love how easy it is to line up. And we'll just run it through the die cut machine. To cover up the back side of that cute little banner, I'm just going to run the same die through on just a plain piece of white cardstock. I'm running some tape runner all along that outside edge of that circle. I'm just going to roll up that extra adhesive I got all over there. Now I can layer my piece of acetate transparency over the circle. And you'll see we're going to cover up that extra transparency that goes around later. Add some adhesive to the grass, and we're going to adhere that on the front and on the back of the card. That way both sides look really nice. So the next step is to create a frame to cover up that extra acetate. So I'm using the large die that cut the acetate and then the second largest die here that cut the opening, and I'm going to layer those 2 together and use some low tack tape to hold them down, and this is going to create a frame. So after we run it through the die cut machine, you'll see that we're left with this really cool ring and a circle center, which you could save for another project. So I'm just going to adhere that ring down over that extra transparency. And then I'm going to start adhering all of my pieces to my turtle. So I'm putting the present on with some foam adhesive, and then I'll use some glue to attach his cute little hat. Now we're also going to have to create a back for the turtle for the inside of the card. So what I'm going to do is just stamp out all of the pieces with a super light ink on some white cardstock and cut them out. Once they're cut out, I'll adhere those little pieces to the back, and it'll give us a nice white plain back instead of all of those markers showing through. And you can see here after we add the hat, he's looking pretty good. Next up, it's time to add the cute sentiment from the set. And then we're going to take some foam adhesive here. I'm just cutting a piece down so that I can layer it only on the green grass so that the adhesive won't show through to the back of the card. And I'll adhere my cute little banner with some foam adhesive too. And then we'll turn it around and adhere our plain die cut to the back to cover up that little foam adhesive that's peeking through. So now for the inside part of the card here, I'm going to take our set Blue Skies and use the clouds from this set just to decorate the inside of the card all with clouds. And what's cool about that is you'll see the clouds through the open circle on the card. You could also just leave it like this. It looks really cute, but I like the idea of some blue behind it. And the clouds will decorate the inside too, so it's kind of fun. Okay, so I'm going to start stamping in some white pigment ink. Okay, so that's a pretty cute cloud pattern there. Since it's pigment ink, I've got to let it dry. So I'm going to layer some adhesive here on the inside of the card. We're going to take our blue panel and layer that just like that. Now you'll see when you look through, you can see some clouds, and then when you open up, you get a really pretty cloud, and you can write your message below where the window isn't showing. Trying to decide which of the lawn trimmings would look better here, the yellow or the pink. I think the yellow looks pretty cute. So we're just going to wrap that around a few times. And I always like to take a glue dot and add that to the back of my bows to hold them in place. So that is year 2 for our belated second birthday. It's so fun because you can have the turtle plain with the present, with the hat, or even with both, just like I did here. You can do happy birthday on its own, happy belated birthday, where you could stamp the belated in a different color. You could have the sentiment be straight too. That's what's really fun about having them all separate, is you can choose how it's going to be on your card, which I just love. And of course we have the exclamation point to go with it. So it's a tiny, fun little mini set that I think would be a really cute birthday present too, especially if you were late with the present, that makes a really adorable card, tags, all sorts of things. I also love the idea of, if say you already made a birthday card and you forgot to send it, because I do that all the time, is you could take the little turtle and stamp him just like this on the envelope, which I think would be really sweet. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye. After looking at the card a little bit, I decided that it needed some stitching lines, so I just drew them in with a white gel pen, and I think it really finishes it off. Have a great day!